So, Luke, this is how it looks in the AFC playoff race with the loss. Buffalo now 2 games back of the Patriots in the East. New England already has a win over Buffalo this year, so they've got the tiebreaker. Houston's won 6 of 8. They started the season 0-3. You might remember that. They're all the way up to 6-5 now. Josh Allen loses 3 straight primetime games for the first time in his career.
This is nuts.
It's really wild.
Houston in the top of the in the hunt category, and rightfully so.
And they're back, and you expect a team coached by DeMeco Ryans to have a great defense. They have statistically the best defense in the league.
Yeah.
It was a 6-touchdown performance last week for Josh Allen, and the Texans just stifled him.
And you said it. This defense statistically is number 1 in the league in total yards and points given up per game. But they're so complete, and they play with a ton of effort. And you saw that tonight. On a short week, you're playing Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. Some of the plays that they made, I thought were unbelievable. And, again, they're very balanced. This total yardage is not just, okay, they can stop the pass or stop the run. Outside of the 45-yard run on the highlight, they really, I thought, bottled up James Cook and did a really good job. And then, again, you mentioned 8 sacks. They had 3 takeaways, 2 picks if you include the last one there, and a turnover on downs. What I thought just jumps out, Jay, is the relentless effort of these guys all across the board. Now, here's one. When Josh gets tired and, one of those things where he's getting chased around, he's a bit rattled, this is a situation where take the check down. This is the early pick. One of those things here where I always find when Josh is, kind of pressing a bit, he's, sometimes makes the aggressive play that hurts him. And the 4th and 1, again, you saw your O-line get beat up. Now, I did feel bad for Spencer Brown. Trying to kick step there, had the bad shoulder, especially on the outside arm. I thought he got beat up a little bit. That's obviously uncharacteristic. Again, you watch this in Buffalo, you lost pretty much across the board. Outside of that first 45-yard touchdown run by James Cook, you did not run the ball very efficiently. Josh Allen, has really no one to throw to right now. It was a tough night.
And then injuries to the Bills' defense, more injuries. Can the Bills overcome how much their defense is struggling right now?
Not against a good team.
Yeah.
I didn't think Davis Mills was super accurate today. He did enough. He's not an electric thrower of the football. But the problem is coming into this thing, your defense gives up over 150 on the ground. You're the second worst rush defense, and you're completely banged up. You've got now more injuries. We'll see what will happen. But Woody Marks today looked like LaDainian Tomlinson at times. And he is a great runner. He's looked very good. And he had moments as well where it's 4th down, and you think you got him dead to rights, and he just breaks the tackle and goes. And I mentioned Terrell Berard now. It's got the bad wing, and it looks like he might be out for a bit. But I'll say this, too. They struggled to cover. Like, we want to talk about run defense. You look at some of these plays here. It's man coverage or some sort of match, and guys are running wide open. I actually thought it could have been worse early, but Mills airmailed a few throws. So you didn't stop the run. You definitely didn't stop the pass. It was a bit of a bend, don't break. They played okay in the red zone, were able to get off the field a couple times. But it's tough because I look at this team and I say to myself, with the injuries, that's the key thing here. It's not that they were a bad unit, but the 2 guys I look at specifically are Ed Oliver and Michael Hoyt. With those 2 guys out of this thing, Jay, you can't stop the run, and you don't have a great back end to stop the pass.
Speaking of guys who are out of this thing, Keon Coleman, we showed it to you, held out for the 2nd straight game for disciplinary reasons, and you just said it. Josh Allen has no one to pass to. How nice would it be to have Keon Coleman in the lineup?
Very nice, and this is where it gets a bit strange to me, is right now you're missing that weapon, and Kincaid's obviously not playing as well, and Coleman's supposed to be this guy. There's no time in this league where if you're late for a meeting, you're a healthy scratch when you're a starting wide receiver. Generally, Jay, in this league, if you are late for a meeting, it just comes right out of your game check. There's no questions asked. Hey, there's 10 Gs, whatever your team, dynamic is. You're going to be missing 10 Gs when that next check comes in. I've never heard of a guy get healthy scratch just for being late to a meeting. So what that says to me, and I don't want to speculate on what exactly it is, but there's clearly more issues than just one late meeting. It could be numerous late meetings, could be missing lifts, it could be film stuff. It could be on the field. Hey, we call them MEs, mental errors. But they're not happy, and they don't trust him enough to put him even in the game, let alone give him a small package. And I think you saw that today. You talk about the 8 sacks. When guys don't get open and Shakir's your only guy, that's what you're going to get.
You've been talking a lot about how good Houston has been. Jen, can we bring that board back? The AFC playoff picture. You mentioned it, Luke. They're at the top of the in the hunt bracket now.
Totally.
You really watch this team closely tonight. What's their potential? What do you see from them?
Honestly, with this defense, they're the most complete defense, and Denver fans, don't get mad at me. But they're statistically the best defense in the NFL. And I think they're the most complete because they're great at stopping the run. They're great against the pass. They hold teams to extremely low points. So I think they can theoretically beat anyone. You mentioned it. Start of the show. They started 0-3. They've won 6 of 8.
It looked rough to start the season. It
Really
looked like
bad.
C.J. Stroud takes back. You're doing this without C.J. Stroud.
And I do think C.J. is a massive upgrade over Mills. The spark for me has been Woody Marks, the running back. Beginning of the year was Nick Chubb, and I still think Chubb's got it, but Woody Marks looks like a special runner right now. And when you have a great defense, you can combine that with a very solid running back. You can win championships. Trust me. Our running back was a lot better than just solid, but that was the formula. Unbelievable defense, great run game, control the game. You look at tonight's score, don't forget, 7 of those points were from a kickoff return. This is Josh Allen, James Cook, the Buffalo Bills offense, which has virtually been unstoppable this year, and they struggled.
Yeah.
So
Allen was super uncomfortable the whole
yes, Jay, this team gets into the playoffs. Nobody wants to see them.
Yeah, look out. Week 12 off to a good start, unless you're a Bills fan, of course. How's it going to finish up on Sunday Night Football? It's going to be another good one, Luke. We've got the 8-2 Rams, a 6.5-point favorite over the 6-4 Buccaneers. What are you expecting from this great quarterback battle?
I actually think it's going to be a little tighter than 6.5. Listen, Rams got a big win last week, potentially a bit of a letdown spot, and the Bucs need one. The Bucs need one real bad.
Yeah, Bucs have dropped 3 of 4. Baker's not happy about that.
He'll be if Bucky Irving's playing. There's been a lot of chatter if he's going to be healthy enough or there's some off-the-field things. No one's really saying anything. Bucky Irving could be a big difference to that Bucs offense.